Hiya guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Eve, and for today's video I will be testing the new Makeup Revolution I Heart Revolution Cinderella palette and the lashes. As soon as I seen that this was coming out, I had to go and grab it because it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love the fact that this palette is like a book. It's stunning, it's gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely love it. And the fact is, when you open it, you get shadows and you also get highlighter and a blush. And you got 3 options of the highlighters and 3 options of the blushes. And the best part is I love the names of these shadows. It's all from Cinderella, especially the highlighters. You got Bippity Boppity Boo. It's just so beautiful, gorgeous. My daughter's already eyeing this up. She wants it. And she's only 7. But she wants this palette, and that is the shades. And as always, I'm going to do swatches of this gorgeous palette just so you can see what it looks like. And then the lashes was £8 on the website, and I will show you what they look like if the camera decides to focus. So these are the lashes, and just look how fluffy and beautiful they are. They are just gorgeous, and I can't wait to try them, put them on my eyes, and do a look with these beautiful, gorgeous products from Makeup Revolution. So yeah, let's go and get into the video. So we're gonna go and swatch these beautiful, gorgeous shades. I got my hand ready here for swatching. I don't put any base or anything like that onto my hand. I just want to swatch it just so you can see what it looks like when it applies onto your hand, and then we can dig in and get this beautiful, gorgeous palette onto my face. Let's go. So these are the wow. They are just leaving me speechless. Unbelievable. Look at the pigment in this palette. And the colors are just amazing. So we're going to go and swatch the first one, which is the ball gown. That is such a beautiful teal colour. Unbelievable. Then the next one we got is the Gus. Like, guys, that palette so far is just stunning. Then we got next one is the Tremaine. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's a pink, but it's a light sheer shimmer in it, but it's very pink. Then we got the next one is Drizella. That is beautiful. And then the other 4, let's go and swatch these as well. And this one is the Glass Slipper. That is such a beautiful silver stunning shimmer. Then we got is the Miracles. Beautiful. Then we got is the shade Royale, which is a royal blue, and that is beautiful. And then the last one we got is Nightingale. That is gorgeous. These are incredible, and they're still on my fingers even though I've applied onto my hand, and they are beautiful, beautiful shimmers. You can't go wrong with the shimmers. I love shimmers. And like I said, I'm gonna go and try and swatch a couple of matte shades just so you can see, but these are the shimmers and they are gorgeous. So we're gonna go and swatch 3 matte shades. So the first one we got is the Daydream, and that is gorgeous, especially with the shimmer above. Is absolutely beautiful. Then we got is the Anastasia, and it's just a very, very pink. I think I just need to build that a little bit more because it wasn't swatching as much onto my hand, but that's the shade there. And then the last one we got is the Midnight, which is very, very dark blue. And that's exactly the same. I just need to go in for a second dip to swatch it, because it's matte shades, it's not as shimmer, so it is needing a little bit more build up. But these are the swatches of this gorgeous palette, and they are gorgeous. So I'm gonna go clean this hand and get this onto my face. Let's go. I'm so excited. Now that I've done the swatches, we can go and dig into this palette. So the first thing we're gonna do is apply some blush onto my face. Because I've already done my base makeup, I've done my bronzer, my foundation, blah blah blah. We've done the full face nearly, but we need a blush and a highlight to complete the base. So we're gonna go and get some blush and add them onto my cheeks. So the blush I'm thinking about going for is the Waltz. It's a very natural kind of nudie brown colour. I don't want to go for anything too vibrant, so we're gonna go in with the Waltz. So I'm gonna apply it onto the brush. And the blush, I'm going to use a very, very small amount because I don't know how pigmented it is. Because that blush, that brush was clean, and look how much product it's picked up. And I only touched it just a little. So I'm going to try and tap the excess because I don't want too much blush on my cheeks. And we're just going to go and apply it. It's such a gorgeous shade, such a beautiful nudie peach colour, but it's like darker than peach, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then we're gonna do exactly the same to the other side. Beepity, boppity, boop. And then a little bit onto my nose, just to give me that flushed look. So now the blush is on, we're going to go in with a highlighter. This is where it's quite hard to decide which one I want to go for. So I'm going to swatch all three of them just so we can see what highlighter shade I would like to try. So that's the shades onto my fingers. So we need to swatch them. So this first one is Bippity. Next one is Boppity. And then Boo. They are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna go in with a highlighter, and I think I might go in with the shade Boo. It's a rose gold pink. It's a rose gold peachy color, more of a golden color. I'm gonna go for that today, and we're gonna test this onto my face. So yeah, let's get this off and get this highlighter on to my face. So I'm gonna go and take my little brush, and we're gonna get this shade on, and we're gonna apply it onto my cheekbone. Like, look at that glow. Like, what? Before? After. It's absolutely gorgeous. The shade is so, so beautiful. It would help if I take my hair out of my face. I love highlighter. I love highlighter and shimmer. Anything that's sparkly, I love it. Absolutely love it. Just a little bit on top of my nose. The more, the better. And that highlighter is glowing, it's popping, it's gorgeous. And I'm going to take a smallest amount, and I'm just going to put it a little bit on just above my brow bone and temple. Just to highlight that area, just a little. So far, it is amazing. So now that my base is done, I'm gonna go quickly sit on my face with a setting spray, and then we can dig into the shadows. Now my base is complete, it's done. I got the blush, I got the highlighter, love it. Let's get my beautiful brushes and get these gorgeous shadows onto my eyeballs. I want blue and sparkle and glitter. So we're gonna go and take a very, very small, tiny brush, and we're gonna go in with the shade Midnight, which is just this dark blue, and then we're gonna blend it out with the shade Daydream, which is just this one here, because we're going for the shades blue. So we're gonna take that onto my brush, and we're gonna put that on just above the crease, and kind of just tap that and build that shade. And today we're gonna go and try do something different. We're gonna go and try a halo eye onto my eye. See, I do this every single time. I need you to come closer so you can see what I'm doing to my face. Come over, just a little bit. Come on. See, that's better, isn't it? You're closer, you can see what I'm doing. So, back in with the shade Midnight. And pack this on to my eyeball. We're not blending, just packing the shade on. And kind of try and stay with that round kind of shape because we don't want to go wonky. We just want it to be round, just like a half a moon, just on your eye. So that's the kind of look we're going for. Very, very blue. Trust the process. Remember that. It always looks crazy, but once it's done, it looks beautiful. So we're just gonna build that a little bit more. So we're going to take a small, very small, precise brush and we're just going to buff that edge around that eye. And then we're just going to blend that a little bit outwards just to give that wing. But nothing too much because we're going to tidy that up anyway, but we're just going to keep blending and buffing that shadow. This is where it's the longest process, is the buffing and blending, because you don't want a sharpness onto your eye, you just want that blended and buffed. So just keep going over and over the same area till you're happy and there's no sharp edge of the shadow. Now I'm quite happy how that looks, so I'm going to go in with another clean brush and we're going to go in with that shade Daydream, but just lightly put it on the brush, not too much. And we're just going to blend that out. That is such a beautiful blue colour. It's definitely like the palette Cinderella. So we're going to go back in with the first brush that we used, Midnight, pack that shade back on, blend it a little bit, and then go with a Daydream just to make that eye a little bit more vibrant and so the colours pop out more. That's what I was looking for. So we're going to go back in with the shade Midnight and do exactly the same, just tap that on again. So when I'm putting that Midnight shade on, I'm going to put it a little bit on outer corners. And then we're going to go in with the shade Daydream and put it in lighter, because when we put the sparkle, we want exact the same to have the dark to light and exact the same in the middle of the part of the eye, because we're going to add a shimmer onto middle of the eye. So we're just going to go in with that shade Midnight and just make sure it's going on and it's blending in. And then go back in with my clean brush that we used. Well, go back in with the fluffy brush that we used to buff it out, and then just keep doing that again. And buff that out in a little wing. And then just keep buffing till we're happy how this eye looks. And then go back in with the shade Daydream and buff the edge of the shadows. But so far it's looking gorgeous. It's very blue, very blue. Go back in with this brush and just make sure that it's all buffed and blended and there's no sharpness between the shadows. Because like I said, this is the longest process, is the blending part, because nothing's worse when you're not blended 100% and it just looks a mess because it's very, very sharp edges. And then on a small, very small fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Prince Charming, which is like a light kind of grey white shade. I think it's more white. Just this one here, it's a white shade. And we are going to take a littlest amount on the brush, the littlest amount, because we want that blue that's around the edges more vibrant and highlighted, especially the inner part of my eye. So I'm just going to take a smallest amount and I'm just going to highlight it, the blue, a little bit more, and just do that around the eye. And now that I've done that, you can see that the blue is getting lighter. It's not as dark, and it's done all the way to my inner part of the eye. And that is looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. These shadows are applying so easy, and they're so easy to apply. Now that I am nearly done, I love how this eye look is looking so far. We're gonna go and cut the middle part of the eye, which is going to be very challenging because I've not done a halo eye in such a long time. I always do the half a cut crease, but I thought I want to go and try something more different, so we're gonna go and try and do a halo eye, and then I'm gonna go and quickly finish this one, and then we can come back and do the shimmers onto my eyeballs. Let's go. Now I've done both of my eyes. I've also finished this eye, and I've also cut the middle part of my eye. That is the look so far, and now we're going to apply the shimmers. But when I cut the middle part of the eye, I use the shade Midnight in Daydream just to blend the edges before it dries, because sometimes if it dries it's harder to blend, but I just want it so it's not noticeable where the sharp lines are. But we're going to blend that shades again when we apply the shimmer, just so it all fades in. So we're going to go in with the shimmers, and that's where decisions are. What shimmers do we apply onto the middle of the eye? I got two that I liked, but I don't know which one I would love onto the middle of the part of my eye. So we got the Ball Gown and Gus. They both are absolutely gorgeous, but I think I might go for the Ball Gown, because it's exact that shimmer in the colour of the dress. So I'm going to apply that on middle of my eye. And the brush we're going to use is, of course, my favourite little tool that I found on Morphe's brush set, is the silicone little tool. It is absolutely amazing for applying shimmers, so that's the one we're going to use. And I'm going to take you a little bit closer again, just so you can see. Now that you're closer to me again, we're going to take this little brush and go for that shade Ball Gown and apply that on to the brush, well, the silicone tool. And we're just going to apply this shimmer. And I'm not worried that there's a sharpness on the shimmer between the shadows, because we're going to take the shadows again and blend that so it's all nice and blended, and there's no sharp edges, there's no sharp lines. So we're just going to continue doing that. Now that that shimmer is on, now we're going to go in back in with the shade Midnight that we used before, and we're just going to blend that a little bit where the shimmer is. We're not going to go back and forth, we're just going to kind of slightly tap it, but very lightly on outer edge, just to make that a little bit darker. And then go back in with the other one, which was the Daydream, and do exact the same. And then go back in with the shade Midnight and make sure that light shade is nice and blended in. And to finish this eye look, I'm gonna go back in with the very small fluffy brush that we used, the shade Prince Charming, and I'm just gonna blend and just pack that a little bit on that shade Daydream, just so it's nice and light. And that is nearly done, and it looks absolutely incredible. I want to make that outer edge on both sides a little bit more darker, so I'm going to go back in with that small brush, shade Midnight, and I'm just going to pack that shade a little bit more, just to make that outer corners just a little bit darker on both sides. And that one eye is nearly done. I'm going to put a little bit of a colour on the bottom of my eye. And I'm going to go in with the shade Daydream in the Prince Charming just to give that extra blue light onto my eye. So I'm going to go in with a small angled brush and go in with that shade Daydream. And I'm just going to put that onto the lower of my lash line. Now that that Daydream shade is on, I'm going to go in with a clean fluffy brush, go in with the shade Prince Charming, and I'm just going to buff that out just so it's a light blue, but not too dark and not too light. It's just nice and buffed out. Just to complete this eye look. And then take that Prince Charming and just buff that on. So it's nice and blended in, and then go back in with my little angled brush and make sure it's all connected to that wing. And that is the shimmer applied. As you can probably see, there's a little patch just around here, which is quite noticeable, and I'm going to try and fix it because I can see it's there and it's bugging me, and I don't know how to fix it, but we'll try. I'm going to use the cut crease stuff that I used to cut the halo eye, and I'm going to slightly pack that on to the outer part where that, as you can see what I've done, I've just put a wee patch there, and hopefully when we add that shadow back on, it hides it. I just want that outer corner just a little bit darker. You can still see that patch there, still noticeable, and I don't know how to fix it because it doesn't seem to want to go away. It's still there. Let's try and see if I can put that Midnight back on again and see if I can somehow fix this patch. Still noticeable, but it's not as bad, but it's still there and I cannot seem to get that away, but we'll just have to get on with it. So that eye is nearly done. We just need to put some mascara and of course put these gorgeous lashes. So I'm gonna pop off the camera, do my mascara, get these bad boys on, do my lipstick, and I'll see you back with the final results. See you in a bit. So this is the final look that I created with this beautiful, gorgeous Disney Cinderella palette from Makeup Revolution, I Heart Revolution. And this is the outcome that I created with this gorgeous palette. My eyes are glistening, it's blue, it's just like the palette, just like Cinderella's dress, sparkly blue. And these lashes are so easy to apply. It's very thin band, they went on easy, it's stuck to the outer edges because sometimes I struggle if it's a thicker band or a thinner band that the outer edges kind of peel off, but this was so easy to apply. Like, these lashes are amazing. They were so easy to apply, there was no problems with them, and they were only £8. It's amazing. So my overall review of this palette is big, huge thumbs up. I absolutely love this palette. The shades went on so easy. I have a couple of shades on my eyes and they are beautiful, blue, vibrant, and the blush, the highlighter, is just completing this gorgeous makeup. I love this palette, and only for £15, guys, and it's such a beautiful packaging. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please guys, before you go, make sure to subscribe to my channel, click on those bell notifications down there below so you're updated on when I post. I got quite a few videos coming up soon. And also put thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. So yeah, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one, guys. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.